Now on Eyewitness News, gone in a matter of minutes.
If you mention Stratford, people from New York City would say, oh, the Shakespeare Theater.
Yes, a once famous theater closed for years goes up in flames. And now investigators in Stratford are trying to piece together what's left of the Shakespeare American Festival Theater. That's where we find Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland live with the mobile newsroom with the latest today. Matt?
Well, Denise, investigators with the Fire Marshal's office, they wrapped up their work for the day shortly after 5, but you can still see they have the lights out here. Stratford police are still guarding the scene here as well. Now, State Police K-9 was brought in yesterday and today, walking the property. We're told it didn't come up with any hits for an accelerant, but they're also hoping to get the dog inside the rubble of the theater once it's safe to do so. Now, investigators are saying it's going to take time, but naturally, since the theater's been closed for many years, people have plenty of questions.
It was the landmark.
But now Stratford's iconic Shakespeare American Festival Theater is nothing more than a pile of charred and twisted metal.
It's heartbreaking. I remember going to the theater in grade school. There were concerts here in the college days.
Crews were called to the famous theater just before one Sunday morning. Built in the 1950s, Katharine Hepburn, James Earl Jones, and Christopher Plummer, along with countless others, once graced its stage. But it closed in the 80s, with the state taking over the land before turning it over to the town in 2005.
It's early in the investigation. This is a very complex fire because of the size of it.
Investigators tell us at this point they have nothing pointing to arson, but they say it's going to be a lengthy investigation. We're told Public Works crews were at the theater last week for a loose door. At the time, there were no signs of anyone inside. While the building had power, a security system, and heat, there are no cameras on the property.
There is a sprinkler system there. Whether or not it activated, I don't know that yet. We have to trace the lines back to the original source of the sprinkler system. That would help us in our investigation.
While it's been closed for years, for the past 5 summers, the Shakespeare Academy at Stratford has put on plays on the grounds. Now the backdrop will be gone, but they promise to be back. Quote, "We mourn for the theater because it was a gorgeous, communally meaningful monument, a space full of history and legend, and a proud, beautiful symbol of a legacy of art making in Stratford." News spread beyond Connecticut. Responding to a tweet from Broadway World, Tony winner and Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote, "Heartbreaking, a feeling shared by many in town."
There was a lot of back and forth about what to do with the theater now. And to see it gone up in flames, it's a waste.
Now, when it comes to a cause, investigators are asking folks for patience. As for what's next for this land, well, that's going to be up to the residents and the council. But when the state turned it over to the town, the deed stated it must be used for open space and recreation or entertainment. And there is also one organization right here in town already that is using a GoFundMe page. They're saying they're trying to raise money to help rebuild this theater. We're live with the mobile newsroom in Stratford. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.